Welcome to Straight No Chaser. So grab a glass and join your hosts, your girl Ann BZ, Pastor C, Thin Bad, and the Chief. Welcome to Straight No Chaser, where we never dilute the issues, we only serve the hard stuff. It's the Chief, and I'm here tonight with Thin Bad.
Hey.
How you doing, Thin Bad?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. Are you all quarantined?
Yeah, man, I'm quarantined. I'm held up here so tight. I'm tired of myself.
That's good, man. That's good.
And I ain't by myself, tired of myself. I think everybody's tired of myself.
Well, fortunately, we're maintaining social distance, man. So you got your mask. Put your mask back
we're
on,
about
man.
2,000 miles. We're about 3 days apart.
That's
right
right.
Now. Good.
But we're making it happen.
That's right.
Happen. But anyway, I'm here with Thin Bad tonight. And of course, you hear him in the house doing what Thin Bad normally does. And of course, ladies and gentlemen around the world, we are in the midst of this COVID-19, or as it is known, the coronavirus. And the sad part of this is that it's taken thousands of lives across the world, and hundreds of thousands of folks are infected. And of course, we're still in the midst here in the United States of trying to figure out how we're going to test people, how we're going to care for people, getting ventilators and all kinds of other things that are on the minds of politicians and World Health leaders and doctors and folks across the country. But for the rest of us, we have been told, rather, to confine ourselves to our homes and unless it's absolutely necessary, to stay in the house. And so we have all been trying to avoid COVID-19 or the coronavirus. But now, folks, we're starting to go stir crazy. We are getting tired of each other. We're getting short-tempered with each other. We're getting angry. We don't want anybody in our space. We're just bitchy. We're just having no problems right now,
Hey, just put it right out there like that. You put it like that.
I just found out that my wife never really did like my mom or my Uncle George, so it's getting tight around here, man. So we're trying to figure out
Divorce lawyers are sitting there just wringing their hands.
That's right. That's right.
Like, no, we don't want no accident.
That's right. So we're trying to figure out tonight, how do we stay sane while we're staying home? And to help us to achieve that tonight, we have a mental health expert in the house tonight, Mr. Michael John Franklin. How you doing, Mr. Franklin? And welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you. Glad to be here, man. Good to talk to you guys.
Yes, sir. And of course, Michael John Franklin is a well-renowned health expert, particularly in the city of Las Vegas and throughout the state of Nevada, and I'm sure across the country. He is licensed as a clinical professional counselor, and he's also a mental health therapist. And of course, we really need that. He works with adults and youth, and in particular, he has an emphasis with working with young people and adults who have a host of mental challenges that have led them, unfortunately, into criminal behavior. So he's certainly seen quite a few things and heard quite a few things in terms of mental health and mental stability and some of those challenges. And we're just so happy to have him here with us tonight. And of course, Mike is also a member of the Association of Black Psychologists. He's a member of the American Counselor Association, as well as a member of the American Mental Health Counselor Association. So he is well-credentialed, well-spoken, well-learned, and we are just happy to have you here tonight, Michael John Franklin. Welcome again to the show.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Glad to talk about what's really going on, and that's us being home and us figuring out how to positively maintain being at home.
Well, fantastic.
And that's the big thing right there.
Well,
positively maintaining being at home.
Well, we really appreciate it, man. And we're going to get into this head first and knee deep. And, of course, to our listeners out there, don't feel shy about chatting with us. We want to hear from you this evening. And, of course, you can give us a call here at 240-508-8095. Again, that's 240-508-8095, and we'll get your calls on the air, and we'll get your questions on the air with Michael John Franklin, mental health expert extraordinaire. And, of course, I'm sitting here looking at Thin Bad with his mask on. And, of course,
right, man, you just don't know. You just don't know.
That's right. So he is prepared, ladies and gentlemen, and he is practicing social distance. We are 2000.
Myself, because I smell bad. I've been in here for days. The soap don't even work no more. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I don't like the way I smell.
So
I'm trying to do this to make sure that people distance themselves from me. I'm not bathing. I'm on strike till they get a vaccine. I'm not washing my ass or nothing. I'm just going to be out here like this. So I had to put this mask on even in my own house because it's too much. And people around me, and I don't want them around me. And so I just have to smell bad and keep distance. They keep 12 feet from me. They keep 12 feet from me.
Well,
perfect social distancing. If you're not taking a shower, 12 to 15 feet is perfect.
Because when we were growing up, you had to be twice as good to get just as far. So if it's 6 feet, that's for the white folks. We got to be 12 feet. So for me, I'm going 12 feet. I'm just assuming the same logic.
Well, I tell you, I was wondering what that smell was, and now I know that was you coming through my computer.
Wafting through the air. This is smell-o-vision, sir. We are live.
Yes, sir. Well,
that's probably why there's nobody on here. I thought I was Facebook Live and not a soul on there because they could probably smell me.
Wow. Well, I'm just going to start calling you your ripeness.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. You're looking good, but unfortunately, you're not smelling good.
No, sir.
Yeah. Well, Thin Bad and Mr. Franklin, we've been trying here in our household to get through this, and we're staying away from various folks, and we are, maintaining our social distance and all those types of things. And
yes,
so,
sir.
And I have to be honest with you, I've listened to, let's see, what have I done here, Thin Bad? I have watched Shaft in Africa, Netflix, Home Flicks, Peter Pan, The Rookies, The Return of Superfly, the 1994 Olympics. So I'm tired. I can't take no more.
And again, what you may have to do is, again, watch it for about the 5th or 6th time, and you have to start acting it out, getting your phone out and acting out the movies that you've seen. Because we don't know when the ban is going to be lifted. But we know for sure that the more we socially isolate, the better it is for society right now.
Wow! So
that's the key right there. And again, having fun at home, not changing, trying to keep the routine positive while you're home is a great thing. And that literally is what you have to do in order to get through this. Maintain a positive routine, a positive mindset. We've been through much worse. Our ancestors have been through much worse, and they survived. So we have a survival gene within us that can show us that, guess what? Us being at home together, for better or for worse, and right now, again, without taking showers for a while, we in the worst. So we got to be able to, again, have fun. Enjoy yourself, because I watched Shaft. I watched with my 2 sons. I probably watched every Disney classic, Disney movie, Disney everything, and I'm getting them through. I'm getting them through the Black Film Fest and what I can have to watch.
Okay.
And, I think we done saw goodbye probably about 20 times within the last month.
Wow. So, one of the things that we, in all seriousness, the majority of the country has been told to stay at home. And when you look at the news every day and you're seeing the numbers from the United States, the numbers from Italy, Russia, wherever they're comparing it to, and the numbers keep going up, or they're not quite where other people's numbers are, but they're still coming in every day. the dying, the new cases, just the sadness associated with this. And so, Mr. Franklin, what are you seeing? Because I know that, and first of all, I have to say thank you, because I know you're not one of those people that has the luxury of staying home. You still got to see clients. You still got people calling you and those type of things. So thank you once again for your service. But
yes, sir.
In the midst of your practice, what is the common theme that you are seeing right now in terms of people's mental health?
I'm seeing two big things: the anxiety rising and the depression rising. Those are the two things that I see. The depression, again, like you just mentioned earlier, watching TV is depressing. Seeing numbers and hearing things and hearing that there's no cure and that we may be here for another month and we may be out tomorrow, we may be in for another 2 months. That's depressing. Then the anxiety of just being home, anxiety of, I think everybody was okay when they were able to control, being able to leave when they wanted to. Mm-hmm. But then when you hear somebody stay home and only move for the grocery stores, you can only leave for a doctor's appointment or a doctor visit. Sometimes us losing control raises anxiety. And that's what's really going on right now. And that's what I'm really running into, just hearing the anxiety go up and hearing the depression, because the news is, I've even suggested to quite a few of my clients, watch the news the last 5 minutes. Those are the fluff pieces. Those are the good stories. Because hearing about this coronavirus, the COVID-19, it's all consuming. And when you find yourself watching and hearing about numbers and hearing more numbers rising up and less days of us finding a cure, and it's not a positive thing. We have to be positive in this. We have to.
And with that being said, what are you, for example, what is the most anxiety-prone behavior that you are seeing in your practice, or that you're hearing from your colleagues? Has it reared its head in domestic violence incidents? Has it been depression? Has it been suicide? What types of mental things are you seeing happening right now?
The biggest thing that I'm seeing in my practice is that people aren't themselves. When you're used to at least having, I guess I would say, alone time. A lot of people have alone time driving back and forth and letting go of work. A lot of people have alone time when the kids go to school. A lot of people have alone time when they're at work and they have an opportunity to just see a different environment or a different wall. And what that usually comes out to is a lot of short tempers. I've had a couple issues of, I had to contract for safety to make sure that we don't become violent in the household, because again, somebody 24 hours, 7 days a week is different than being around somebody 6 hours, 10 hours every day, 7 days a week. It's totally different feeling. And then people get used to their routines. And once somebody's taken out of their routine of waking up, going to work, dropping the kids off, coming back home, going to work out, and as simple as just going to go work out, because that's what some people do to relieve stress. It's a hard time when you can't go to group settings to relieve stress. And those are just really just the big things that I've been seeing, especially in my practice, is the anxiety, the depression, the anxiety to the point of I'm stressing out. I need to scream. I want to holler. I want to do something. And when you don't have choices to do something, then bad choices become part of the equation, and we just don't want that to happen.
It is a lot. I mean, when you don't have, every day you're hearing something, as you say, you see the numbers are constantly ticking. Unconsciously, now I'm a news junkie normally, but kind of unconsciously and without waking up and really planning not to. Now I'm still working. I'm kind of teleworking. But either I throw myself more into that, which is a whole nother set of stresses, or I just something had to give. So I just pulled away from the news kind of subconsciously, not even really